Let's call this meeting to order. It's July 29th, 2015. Attendance.
Roll call.
David.
Here.
Davy here.
Manning here.
Smiley here.
Reed here. Okay.
Discussion regarding the Employee Personnel Policy Handbook. Whoever would like to take the floor and start. Annetta?
Shelley, I'll be, everybody needs to correct me if I'm wrong, but first off, I think we need some update in the handbook on how some things are handled, especially with our testing policies and stuff like that. And I don't know, to be honest with you, not everybody tests, is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
What test is it?
Not,
The drug and alcohol testing. Everyone could be tested at any time.
well,
because
but that's up to the
the
officers.
officers,
Which is, I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I mean, but the main thing is, if we are testing, we need to make sure that every one of our employees, or if you ever think about testing, fill one of those
Release.
release or that.
Yes, those releases that are in the back of the book need to be signed, and in the personnel file that's in our office, we need to have those.
We probably need
Yeah.
to have one of them for everybody.
Mhm.
So can you
On
check your
file.
file and see what you're
Yes.
lacking for each office?
I asked Grant if he would do that, if he would start checking and seeing so that we can get this. And what I think we're gonna do, once we get this book approved, we're gonna have it changed to, at 2015. Then we're gonna send this out, and every employee's gonna sign all the papers that need to be signed at that point. So we'll definitely get caught up at that time, because we're gonna make it mandatory, every
It's more of
employee.
a housekeeping.
Yeah,
type
it
of
is,
thing.
yeah. And I think we need to do that
Which
every
we
time
tried to get 'em,
every
yeah.
time we do a new book, we need to give all of them a new book and have them all sign those papers.
I've never had a book until just now.
I know.
It's from here on out though, right?
But I've been here 5 years. I've never even
That's
seen
your
one.
first book?
Mm,
I've never seen one
no, when I,
till we brought it up.
We can't argue about the past.
I'm
But-
sorry,
but
I'm
we
just
can
saying,
fix the
I
future.
mean,
One-
yeah,
That's
I've
the way
never
I
seen
look
one
at it.
before. I
One-
think there needs to be one available where, whether it be either at your guys' office in the sheds, or if they don't have one of their own, it needs to be available where they can look at it anytime they have a question. Cause there's never been one in our office that I know of
Every
for us to
employee
look
needs
at.
to have one.
every employee needs to have
But
one.
it
We
needs to
pass
be
them
at least
out.
made available to them.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
If they choose not to take it, that's
Right,
their fault,
right,
I
yeah.
guess, but.
But they're gonna
There's
have
some
to.
places to sign though.
Yes,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
they
Oh,
have
yeah.
to sign, and they sign a page saying that they've read this
I
handbook,
think that's the,
back here somewhere too.
I just, I mean, and like I said, I don't care whether your offices test or, that's up to everybody else, but that way, if it's in here and there's ever a question, because, cause I'm not positive how to go about handling it correctly, and I told Shelley, I need to make sure that if that does happen, I handle it in a correct manner, so we don't get ourselves in a bind, or put the employee in a bind either. And my feeling is, and I think everybody's trust their employees is great, but you know what, guys? It's a different place today, and you never know. And I think protection wise, and we handle, of course, with the commissioners, we have our DOT people, with the road, the truck, we have to test, so. But I'm personally, on our drug test list, I'll just I put all my employees are on it, everybody, and my secretary and everybody, is in a random draw. And that just for my part, and probably from now on, in District One, we're gonna do a pre-hire screening. too.
Pre-employment.
Is there not one now?
Well, I think that's, yes, it's in there, but it's never been done.
It's
never
up to
That I
the
know
Never been
of.
enforced,
In District
Oh,
One,
okay,
it has.
okay, it's a, okay.
That's-
Now,
Yeah.
if they have
Yeah,
a
okay.
CDL, they have to be,
Yeah,
but
okay.
if
DOT
it's,
tells us,
Yeah.
yes,
Right,
you
okay.
know, the,
but if they're just, a regular employee, they don't have to, it's up to the officers if
Okay.
you want them to be or not.
And it's different, I mean, I guess Renetta would be a little bit, I mean, where you actually have employees that might drive a
Drive the car,
county-owned
uh-huh.
vehicle.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, you know,
Yeah, I've already said something to them, everybody's fine with it.
and I mean, it'd be just to protect
Right,
them
right.
as much as anybody else, because if you have an accident in that county-owned vehicle, and there's an injury, now DOT's that way, if there's an injury or a police report, they have to be drug tested in Department of Transportation and things. That could possibly come up with just, you know, the other driver, or insurance company might throw a fit, and it should be protected that
Right.
way.
Mhm.
That's my thinking, on my part
Right.
anyway.
And there are some of these things in here that I've marked that are just things I think we need to clean up,
Okay.
kind of. Like on page 8, it says here, and I had never noticed this before, but it says the regular payday shall be on the 11th day of the following month. Well, we've never done that, and, our regular payday is the last day of the month, not the following month. So I think I need to change that and take out the 11th at last and take out the following. And, and then it says checks will normally be distributed by 4 PM. I think that's okay if we leave that, I mean, in case something would happen that, you know, we would need that time. I mean, they're not, I mean, we're gonna,
PM.
right, anytime
Yeah,
before
I
that,
like
is
that.
fine.
Or 12,
Right,
as long as it's by 4, so.
right. So, that was one of the things I thought we needed to change.
and just like Shelley's doing, she's going through there and seeing things that she would like changed to help her office. I think each one.
Everybody needs to do
I think each office, you know, David could go through there and probably see some stuff he'd like changed, and
Right, just
And we'll-
highlight it and mark it, and then we can meet again.
we'll,
to-
Yeah.
we'll,
try to-
we'll discuss it and we'll
Sure.
figure it out. I mean, that's,
Mhm.
communication's the best thing.
And I found some other stuff I just need to make bold, like bereavement on page 11, that needs to be in bold like the rest of it. It's not, and then back on the emergency call list, I need to,
Update that.
yeah, I need to update it. I need to talk to Julia Schrock, because I didn't know that we really need to let her know anymore since she's not in the building, and I need to change Willardine to Sandra. So,
She's not in the building anymore either.
well, I know, so I may not even need to put her on there since she's gonna be moving.
They'll have their own call list
That's
over
Is
there.
there, is their office,
I just remembered that.
the election office, is it paid separate or out of something different than what the rest of us at the courthouse are? Do you take care of their payroll and stuff?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're
Okay,
all-
okay, I wasn't sure if they were separate since they,
No,
okay.
Yeah, it all comes out of the general,
It was voted in
right?
that it,
Okay.
that the general budget takes care of their budget, yes. Now,
So
partially.
would they, since
Right.
even if they are moving to a different office, would they still have the same holidays and stuff as we do and all of that? Cause if so, don't you think we should leave her name on here? Because
They
she's
will
still part of this?
follow the state.
state,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they're a little
Okay,
different,
they're,
yeah.
okay.
mhm,
Because
Yeah.
on theirs,
Election
it
board.
depends on when elections fall. and
right,
Because
Yeah.
sometimes they're voting absentee and we're closed.
right,
so-
for a
Right,
holiday,
okay.
and they're having to be here, yeah, so
Or
they'll
maybe
still
we
have to
should
follow
just ask
their
her
own.
if she can make her own decision or if we need to get a hold of her.
Or it's school voting, or, you know.
If
there
we're,
could
you know,
be
if it
multiple
snowed and
things.
we were closed.
Right, well, if, it doesn't affect her building,
Right,
that would
so
be
she's-
her,
yeah, it'd be
you know,
her
that would be
decision.
her choice,
Yeah.
I would think, so. Since she'll be with this, cause she does have to follow more of the state rules and then
That's
our
why I
rules.
thought maybe they were
State
paid
rules come
different than we
first.
were, maybe it was coming from someplace else.
Well, part of, Sandra's comes from, I mean, we're reimbursed
But
by
you're
the state.
doing, but
Yes,
you're
we
taking
do.
care of it,
Mhm.
okay.
We do their payroll. Mhm. Yes, okay. Let's see, where else here? That one there we've already put
We'll
there.
obviously change the emergency call list, right?
Yes,
Go ahead and call somebody else, that way you don't bother me.
Well, I
Not gonna
ain't,
get the right one, are
they
they?
ain't calling me.
on page 21, that was one of them that has came up a couple of different times. People have asked about, down at the bottom where it says vacation leave must be taken in increments of full days. We might want to reconsider that because, you know, we have some once in a while that they just need to be off for a half a day, but
Yeah.
they've got enough work that they need to get done. They really need to be there the other half if they could be.
Yeah.
But they might need to be off to go to their child's,
Or somebody gets sick and you gotta take a kid to
We've
the
never
doctor or
honored the
something.
full day thing,
Okay.
somebody just needed an hour or two. we
right,
did it.
and so that's why I thought, you know, we may want to
Definitely
remove
change
that,
that, yeah.
Yeah.
sentence, because it really doesn't, you know, we've all kind of let our people do what they needed, but if someone would challenge us on that, I wouldn't, you know, feel better if we could take it out. So we may want to try to do that too.
Can we back up to page 20?
Yeah, yeah, anything you guys have.
On this leave sharing policy,
Mhm.
I see where, I guess they have to be maxed out at 152 hours, which I didn't really remember that before. I would like a sentence in there, or at the officer's discretion, because,
That would be good.
you know, I mean, you've got some that actually lose sick leave every month.
Yeah.
And have for years. I was one of those. You know, I just think that we ought to be able to say, yeah, you know, if you wanna give that person 20 hours, that's fine, you know, it's gonna dip in, it's gonna pull you under, but they're losing it anyway. I mean,
Mhm.
they can gain that back in another month or
Yeah.
so. So if we could do something like, it shall be at the officer's discretion, how much time an employee may donate to an individual at one time.
Even if
It's
they're
not like a bank, so to speak.
Even if they're not maxed out.
Yeah, because I have all of my deputies, except the new hire, has been maxed out, and they lose 10 hours a month anyway.
Well, and why would it be that only the employees allowed to donate are those who have a maximum of?
Well, I don't
Well,
understand
the
that
reason
either.
the reason the commissioners did that was because at that time, they did not want someone to say, okay, I haven't used any sick leave for a long time, so I'm gonna donate 40 hours to this person. And then they end up sick, in a wreck, something to where they needed that 40 hours for themselves.
Yeah,
Because then you're out looking for hours for that person too. So they said, well, if they just gave the 150, I mean, if they were at 152 and they were gonna lose 10 hours anyway, because that's their max, then they could give that 10 hours they would be losing. And no one would be getting themselves put in a hole.
But if somebody doesn't
So-
have a need every month,
I don't
some of them are
like any of
losing
that.
that, yeah.
Right.
because that's like saying, well, I'm gonna die someday, so I'm gonna, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda,
I know,
right?
yeah.
And-
So
and-
I was
and-
just telling you
and if
that's why they
somebody
did
needs
that,
it,
so.
if David needs it, or David's employee needs it, and I've got 4 employees that's willing to help that person, but yet they're only at 130 hours, this is saying they can't help that person
Right,
out, right?
Right.
Now, are they, I don't.
All
Brian,
because
are they
of
only allowed to give
anticipating
so much?
they're gonna get sick
Something, yeah,
someday.
something might happen.
Right,
I
right.
just don't, that
Right,
just don't
and
make,
that's
sense.
something we, can, you
It's
know.
hardly an argument with the
We
sick
can
leaving
change the
policy
way they
here,
wrote
because
it.
somebody's gonna give that
Have
person
to
some
be
sick leave
maxed
as
at
well.
one.
Right.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
I mean, does that,
If he's-
does that
Yeah.
make sense to you?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
just-
I agree, that,
Just
that,
can.
and it- maybe we should put, you know, take that part out and just
The
put it,
Sherry on this
The
one.
officer's discretion.
somebody being
Let it-
overprotective.
Yes,
Yeah.
right,
thinking
Yeah.
ahead
Right.
of
Order
Mhm.
142,
the whole
yeah,
train.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll take that out, I agree.
Okay.
No
So-
To
maximum.
increase the sick leave.
Yeah, we can take out and the only employees
Or just
allowed.
sick leave at officer's discretion,
That'd be
the
better.
whole thing,
That
'cause you
would-
know
The
your
whole
employees.
thing. Yeah,
We know if they're ones that are gonna call in, or if they've been here for 5 years and never used a day.
So we have to sign that sheet, so,
Mhm, I
right,
agree.
Yeah.
right.
okay, good,
Okay,
good.
so I will, and I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna meet again after this,
Yeah, and
one more
this is
time,
all
and then we're gonna put
basically
this
table.
through the
We're just-
commissioner.
We're just
meeting.
gathering ideas and
Right.
then we'll make it
What
official or,
needs to be done to try to increase the sick leave? Talk to the commissioners at a commissioner meeting?
Increasing the sick leave.
I mean, in
That is
talking
an
with
OPERS deal.
other counties, Woods County is at the very, very low
Right.
end.
The thing is, you have to carry, by OPERS, the law is, if you go over this amount, if you go over 153 hours, the county has to set aside that money for every employee.
Mhm.
Every year, it has to be budgeted in,
tie that
like in
money
your
up.
budget,
Right.
that's tied up, that if all those people got sick, you had to take care of that. Then also, if they, when they retire,
Mhm.
you have, if you go over this 153 hours, then you have to pay them for that sick leave also besides and some counties, and one reason, and I mean, we're in good shape, Woods County is in good shape.
Right.
But, one time we weren't, and that's why that was put in place, is what Pam explained to me, is because it was to protect the county, because there are counties that have actually almost went broke over this type of,
It's just
deal.
that if you have a major surgery, you are half dead and having to come back to work, I mean, And so
Or you
we
get
haven't always
leave
had the
sharing.
leave sharing, right.
Right.
But unless,
right.
Well,
But that's one
part
reason
of
they
that
put
is
that leave
personal
sharing
responsibility.
sure,
Is
in
there a
there.
number you're thinking of?
yes.
What is it?
Oh, no, not necessarily, I just,
152.
no, I didn't
I
really
just
put
wondered
it.
how that number came about. Where did
It's
that
because
come from?
153 is if you have
Oh.
And that
153
is
or
A
more.
rule somewhere.
Yes, it
Moco,
is.
yeah.
I can
That's
find
over.
it. I can find it for the next
Okay,
meeting.
well, I just had never heard it till I came here before, and I thought, where did they get that number?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
why.
didn't know.
Because if you're
That's
off work
something they
for
teach
8
us at
weeks,
the OPERS and
if you
insurance.
have a major surgery and
meetings.
you're out for 8 weeks,
You're
that's
long
not
gone.
even 8 weeks' time right there.
That's why they started the leave share,
Okay,
though,
okay.
was because that would help
Yes.
and not break. the
How
county.
much of that is, how much of sick leave stuff is dictated by federal?
Well, it's in here.
I
We got a
mean,
whole bunch of pages that is federal type stuff.
Well, I mean,
some
So-
of that stuff, our hands are tied on that.
Sick leave is one of those things, it's
well,
like
even
it's a
if you-
gift.
Even if there's some way you could
It's not
use the
man,
152 as a base and then have some type of catastrophic, which you
Yeah,
kind of
that's
cover
not
that.
figuring that, yeah, the 152 is just straight county.
Mhm.
But I mean,
And that's
anything
a-
you would occur over the
that's a gift.
152, if it could be agreed that, it wasn't something that then you decided to cash it out, but it was catastrophic. Like if you did have a major heart surgery and you were out 180 days, that it would, there would be a bank, you could bank your sick leave in time only.
That would have to be,
I mean, it'd be a tough deal to do.
but we've experienced that in my office with a
Well,
heart surgery.
And I've been through the same thing, but part of that's personal responsibility. I went, the first 15 years I worked for the county, I never used one day of sick leave, not one.
And you lost a lot of hours.
And I lost a lot of hours. But I also never ever used all my vacation, and I kept my comp time where, so if something did happen, I would be prepared. And sure enough, something did happen, but I was able to. But that's, part of that sick stuff is personal. Now, when you have a heart or some major, that's sometimes beyond your control, but some of that, you kinda gotta figure where some personal responsibility comes in.
If it's somebody that's using it all the time,
Yeah,
has none,
that-
I
yeah,
understand
that's-
what you're saying,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Renetta.
Well, where she said that if it's over 153 hours and then you leave, you get paid for that. See, in other businesses, you don't, you just lose it.
No,
It
that's,
doesn't matter.
that's when
But
it's
that's-
not, when they leave, when they retire, it's not when they leave.
Oh.
Retire, you have
This is
to-
an, this
It's
is
just,
an overs.
there's other businesses though, that doesn't matter. You just lost it if you weren't sick.
Well, that's an overs
Okay,
law.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of their rules.
Okay,
So, I mean, that's something we can't change.
Right,
If we
okay.
go over the threshold, that's something we
Okay.
have to do.
right, okay.
So that's why I'm wanting you guys to understand that's something we would have to do. It's not I'm against any of it, it's just that, you know, I want you guys to have the facts and that,
No,
and I'll
that's
bring
why I-
those
I
facts
just
at the
wanted-
next meeting because you guys need to know that too, you know, that's why that they have always kept it at that amount. Down at the bottom of that page, by the way, I noticed that we have it where it says it's gonna follow the schedule of what health care we provide. And then there's no schedule. So I thought I need to add medical, dental,
Okay.
20,000 life and disability. So that's just a cleanup too.
And I'm sure you take these back and study them, and you'll find other things.
I always find
Yes.
other-
Well, and that's, and then we can fix it.
Yeah.
You know, just don't write it down and think about it. Show it to us, bring it to us. Can't help you if you can't.
Don't tell you,
Yeah.
huh?
Okay, where are you, Sharon?
I'm on page 22.
I'm still on 21.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, On
What you got?
vacation leave, we discussed this before, about a new employee. Now, I've just hired someone, so I'm fighting this. You don't have any vacation at all the first year. And that is tough on these young mothers that you
Mhm.
have,
Mm-hmm.
that you want in your office. And I want a solution to how we can get them some comp time or some vacation time to deal with daycares closing, sick children.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there something we can do? We've discussed it before, and we've just let it
Go,
table.
yeah. I agree that something probably, and.
And you're
one-
gonna have this issue with probably the secretary, if you hire a new secretary, they're not gonna wanna come over here without vacation time.
Well, normally they don't get it until they earn it, I mean, at any job.
Some jobs are that way, and some are not.
I'm not really in favor of giving it before, unless you wanna do something within your own office.
Were
or-
you talking a few days or a couple of weeks
Oh,
right
yeah,
off the
just some
bat?
option,
Or?
if their daycare closes down for 2 or 3 days, what's she supposed to
She
do?
can work late for you, some evening or something, and, you know, build up something that way.
Yeah,
I
we've
mean,
been
we
trying.
do that,
We've been trying that, yes.
yeah.
She's
I don't-
not,
No, you know, if your car breaks down, she has to.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
My bookkeeping program at the studio adds 1 day per month for the vacation pool. So if they work 1 day, a new employee work, well, they'd have 1 day vacation they earn. You could use it for an emergency like that.
Yes.
And so if they go 6 months, then they've got 6 days they've accrued. And at the end of the year, then they have the full, 12 days that they've earned after a year if they want to take it. But that way, you sort of billing it as their longevity increases.
Well, I was gonna say, at the top of this page, and no one has actually, on 22, no one has actually ever, you know, I was always told they had to work that year before, but it actually says up here that they
They accrue
will
on a monthly
accrue it on a
basis. Yeah.
monthly basis and prorated. So, you know, if,
Pretty well what that is.
yeah, and, you know, but the policy around here has
The
been that
policy
they
is
had to,
After
Work
1
the
year.
whole year.
yeah, after 1 year.
They earned it through that year, and then after 1 year, they were eligible to take it, is how I always thought that.
So if nobody
Right.
has an issue with me doing it my first year with this girl,
That's your office.
or you may run into this because you may be hiring somebody new. You want somebody
Mhm.
new and young, and maybe, and you tied your hands right there because they're not coming over here.
Mhm. Well, that is definitely something that we need to,
But that's good, I can use this. It's actually written in here already.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that gives you a
I'm great
lot
with
of
that.
leave right
The
there.
problem is with somebody like the one you explained, you know, well, that daycare's gonna close at 6 o'clock or whatever, and she's still gotta be back. You know, and even with coming in early, I realize most don't open before 8, so,
Yes.
you know, it makes it tough to try to work
around
extra
this.
hours, maybe it's Saturday during tax season, I mean, I don't know, you know.
Maybe give up the short.
But that gives you a
Yeah.
little bit of,
Those hours set
She has,
aside,
we've been
yeah.
doing that. That's been a lifesaver.
I'm probably gonna have to suggest that.
that gives you a little leeway though.
It does. We can do that for the first
Mhm.
year, but I don't wanna do it all the time.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Well, when we discussed that the other day and I saw that, I thought, I need to mention that, because to me, it looks like, well, that would cover,
It
For
would,
that
if
type
I
of
can just do
thing,
it for
if we-
her
if-
and nobody
if
else
we
gets
had-
upset.
yeah.
No, I mean, it's your call, I
Good.
mean, I'm
Okay.
not in favor of doing it upstairs, but that's, you know.
But if something did
Each
happen.
officer
Right.
got their, you know.
Exactly.
Some
You have
type of
different situations,
emergency,
you
Yeah.
do, you
yeah.
have different situations.
Every one of
Then
us
you
do.
might be like, well, okay, maybe
Yeah.
that we could, you know,
Mhm.
at least we'd feel like we were not stepping on anybody's
I
toes.
remember Barbara worked with me because I was young.
Had
Children.
stuff.
Yes, and I appreciated every minute.
Mm-hmm. Um, There's another one. Okay, does anybody have anything they wanna add or take out on the personal appearance and?
Yes.
Where are we?
We're at
24.
24.
You're ahead of me.
Oh, did you have something?
Sorry, you
No.
have something? No, okay.
No, but I, no.
Yeah, go ahead. You got something, we can go back, I just kinda skipped over.
I don't know where it would fall. You've got your guidelines for appropriate conduct and all of that. I don't know if, does anybody have any problem with texting?
Well,
I can't
Sometimes.
hardly do it and drive, I know. I just got to stop.
You just have to pull
Yeah, I
over.
just-
Edit that out of.
I can't hardly do it in a day's time.
That's my problem with texting. I'd just seen you call me.
Yeah, there you go.
Me
we
too.
don't allow cell phones upstairs. If they
Okay.
need to make a phone call or have their phone out, they either take a break or
Okay.
do it on their time. Because they get nothing done. And my new hire,
That's why I'm
That's very
asking.
good.
I wanna know what everybody's doing
Well,
because.
and that goes back, that's your office. If you don't want them, I
Okay.
think that's her
because
discretion.
they're either texting or they're on Facebook and they're not getting their stuff done, so.
Fill it out on Facebook.
I mean, really, that's the way I see it. I don't know how everybody else sees it, but you're running that office. If that's causing problems for your office, then
Well, and that's one reason sometimes
Get it.
adding stuff in here kinda takes the monkey off your back, you know, then it's,
And I mean, you can add a sentence and we can still leave that at officer's discretion part in there, and that way
Yeah.
if one office allows it, you know, fine.
right,
You know.
But at least there would be documentation to back it up.
Right.
yes,
What I was-
right, and sometimes that's needed to get the point across. I mean, it's true.
Unless it's somebody in my office that's texting that's giving you a problem. Like, they tell me that. She's not helping, she's just texting.
That's funny. I would like a couple of words put in on the clothing portion for the, which I realize this is courthouse workers, not the road crew. Because what I'm getting ready to say, my husband wears. I would like hoodies added in here along with the sweatshirts.
Okay,
Do what?
right here,
Hoodies.
sweatshirts. Okay.
Page 25.
On page 24, mine's on 24, towards
Oh, I
the
see.
bottom, down there,
What is-
sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I kind of worked on some wording here. And I don't know if it helps to section off the juvenile, or the, not juvenile, the judicial area, or however you wanna do it, but rubber flip-flops aren't working up there either, and I'm having some problems with that.
Yeah,
So I just said hoodies and rubber flip-flops should not be included in that, in this section. Also, jeans is a problem for us on Fridays, so you might wanna,
but for the court clerk's
yeah,
office?
and I put, with the exception, because you talk about jeans, and then it says,
Mhm.
with the exception of the court clerk's office, jeans shall not be permitted on casual day if a jury trial is in progress. employees must be dressed for courtroom appearance at all times.
Okay,
If you
could I
need to,
just have
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, and then that way, okay.
There's just some notes on there. but-
Yeah, I like that, yeah. Well, I don't have any problem with the rubber flip-flops being put on there, added, do you
You
guys?
know, I mean, we all wear our sandals and our stuff, but
Right.
the rubber $1.99, we've gotta do something with.
Yeah, okay.
I have no Crocs in my office.
Are you serious?
No dirty.
And that,
Nasty Crocs.
then again, that goes back to,
Right.
Each
your
office, the
Yeah.
way you
Yeah.
want your
I mean-
office to
See,
appear.
they used to call
I
it
agree.
phone.
this
I know.
is, I think this is just
You
kind of a
can't call them that
guideline.
anymore.
That's right.
You can't call them that no more.
I mean, you're the boss over the office.
You are,
This
but when
is
you,
kind of a guidelines, but still, if there's
Right.
something in here that,
when you have a book reader
Yeah.
that gets out the book each time to see if that particular thing's in there,
and then
Right.
that's
Oh,
where
well,
you
we
say,
haven't had any, so nobody can
uh,
do that.
let's go out here and who's it say above this door here?
Right.
That's,
Exactly.
So they
I
can
know what
put-
you're saying, but if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, it gives you the policy to be able to say it's in the book. I mean, that kind of helps you out.
And
if
that's
it
why I don't
needs
have
to
a
be.
problem with you setting off the judicial
Right.
part of it, you know, that's
Right.
fine.
Okay.
yeah, cause I like hoodies.
Well, I see,
In
and
the
that's why I
cold
said, this
weather, I
doesn't mean the
mean,
guys, you know, I'm just, because I think that's
Mhm.
basically set out for the courthouse, but my
Knit
husband
or
wears one
stretch
every day in the
pants.
winter,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
A lot of pants are knit.
Oh, yes.
Winter long.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
I do too, in the winter.
And, you know, as long as, to me, as long as the girls,
Officer isn't, have a problem with it, it's
right.
okay?
I think it ought to be to the officer's discretion. As long as they're, it's the ones that wear the shorter tops and the leggings, I think that people kind of have a problem with. If they would wear longer shirts,
We've had
then
that
we
too.
probably wouldn't have that problem, but,
I'm
right?
with you, yeah.
Right?
But they're
that
not
tends
doing that.
to be the problem, is it's not the pants
You
as
guys
much
wearing
as
those?
it's.
what,
Are your guys wearing those?
You guys wearing their
Leggings,
leggings?
short?
I don't wanna see
It's
them.
not the pants, it's the top.
Right,
That's
exactly,
the top, it's
yeah.
the top that's the problem.
Yes.
The top should
Okay.
come almost to their
I
knees
know
if
some
they're
of my
gonna wear
clothes
leggings.
won't make this specs,
Yeah.
cause I love them. I hate to get rid of them.
I'll bet you
My wife
have.
might not like them, but
But if you're,
I'm not
I
I'm not
know,
a big
I know you have one
fancy dresser, I
employee
guess you could say.
that,
Have your flip-flops
couldn't
on
wear
today?
shorts.
No, but I'd be barefooted if I
Oh, that's
could,
for the
you know, I mean,
mine.
that's just a hillbilly in me.
But as long as she wears something long enough, you can't really hardly tell they are leggings, you know what I mean? If their shirt's long enough,
Yeah, because
you don't really know that they're you do, but they're not offensive, I should say.
But,
Am I
but,
right?
but does,
Are they
does,
offensive anyway, even if you
I
don't see
don't,
them from?
I would pay them.
don't each officer have the stroke to tell people how they want them to
Right,
appear
well-
in their office, you know?
Well, I would,
You know,
yes,
even
if
though
someone
it
can
doesn't
dress-
say nothing about some offensive, something that might offend David that might not offend David.
Mhm.
Yeah, but shouldn't he have the discretion, hey, that's not appropriate to wear in the treasurer's office, maybe out build a fence, something, you know?
Mhm.
Don't each one of these
Mhm.
have the,
Should, yes.
I
Mhm.
mean, they're running their office. And
I would need to be told, just if anybody's offended, come tell me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not gonna notice.
I'm not gonna be offended, whatever they're wearing
yes, what you're
nowadays.
saying is correct.
Yeah. I
But
know.
when you
Well-
have an employee that wants to challenge every little thing, you know,
Yes, it needs to be in the book. And put in
Yeah.
here.
Well, if that's what we gotta do
I mean, and
to make your job where you can do it
Enforce
without,
it.
yeah, then,
Well, and
Kinda
what
why I
may,
was
I guess
asking
we
about
need to
the
say,
testing.
yes, okay, like if it's
Mhm.
in the book
Mhm.
and
well,
it's bothering you, but like I
It
say
should be.
over
If it
here,
does not
it's okay for
specifically
her.
say that,
It doesn't,
That's,
yeah.
you can
you're
go to
right.
the book and if
You
they
know,
say,
go
well,
through
but they're
there
doing it in this other
and
office,
write,
then you can
mark
say, well,
out
that's
and
their office,
put
that's not
what you
mine,
would like,
know.
and
Right.
then we'll,
yeah.
I think that's what,
we'll all
yeah, but at
go
least
through
like you
it
say, we're,
again
we can always go back to
Yeah, I have
it
my
and
own
try to,
say,
that correspond.
I like
That
that,
puts
yeah.
more
Get
in
as
this.
fancy as you guys. I didn't do all that. I just write notes on sticky notes and stick them on here.
Okay.
I'm just winging it.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, right there, the cell phone deal, right there.
Oh, where?
See that?
Next page, 25.
Okay.
And that's basically covering the county
County
issue.
cell phones.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the county cell phones, but we could
Well, on
add
down,
something.
up right above, number one.
To use a cell
let's
phone,
see, if I
personal
scroll-
calls.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess that
that's
is-
just saying, that's still saying that. Yeah, I have two different ones. But that's where I could put this like above if they want to use a personal cell phone during working hours or something. Well, I can put it back over there though too.
Especially if it's costing the taxpayers money, you know, and trouble.
Mm-hmm,
Stealing time.
stealing time. I like that. I think that's what we're doing right now. No.
Missing my lunch while we're doing that.
I know, the clock's even gone. They don't even want us to know how long we're running here.
36 minutes and 16 seconds.
Oh, my.
So we need to hurry along or slow her down. It's up to you guys.
We have
I
next
got
month.
all day long.
Yeah.
Well, handbook wise, I don't have anything else. Those were the things my topics, but
Okay.
somebody else may have something.
I was trying to see. I've got a note here, but I don't know what it's for. I didn't highlight anything, so apparently I put it on the wrong deal. That's clean up. That one's clean up. Everything else on mine's clean up. Just,
Just wording or,
yeah, where it, one word, or it needed a line for somebody to sign. We have one where they can't even, they don't even have a signature line, but they're supposed to sign that page, so.
I know some offices have uniforms on Friday, uniform shirts. Is that, can you buy that out of county archives?
Randy has told me that actually it said that there is an actual statute that says something about the officers will provide.
a lot of the counties, when we go to meetings, that all their
They look
county has
sharp.
on shirts that are the same.
Well,
And they're nice shirts with,
Yeah.
like polos
he
with the
said there is a
emblem
statute.
and-
I'll have to ask him where it's at, but that it says that we will provide
If it's in a
them.
position where it's written
Mhm.
for a formal job description.
So I think
we
we
have
could do
them.
that.
We purchased them, but, I mean,
Mhm.
we have them.
But I think the
They look
county,
nice too.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I think the county can
They
buy
look
them.
nice.
Yeah, they do look nice. That's where they.
Firearms.
We could change that where we can all carry them.
Probably need to observe the smoke-free policy a little bit better up here.
Okay.
I was just thinking that.
What page you on?
33.
33. Okay,
We need a designated smoking area that's away from the handicap door,
that's
They seem to
very
be
true, because they congregate right there.
in front of the handicap door.
Mhm.
That's a good place. It's outside.
Yeah,
Scoot 'em on over
Where,
by the
where,
flagpole.
where would you guys suggest a smoking area?
I was thinking something inside, but we don't have anything inside.
I don't think we can do that inside, can we?
Not inside the building.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think they can anymore, can
That
they?
was,
Smoke-free facility.
I don't think we can.
Designated.
out there.
The shed out there.
25 feet out, I think, is the pillar out there, which puts them in the street, but they tend to wanna sit on the benches up by the door.
Right.
Right by the door.
Yeah.
Right by the door, and that is bad when the handicapped people are coming in, because it takes them longer.
And that's a state statute, that's in breaking the law.
So, I had suggested a while back that they build a little gazebo, you put it out there between
That would be.
Under the
the
marvelous.
post office, yeah, and here, and the people could go out there.
With the table
And we do have a table out over there.
Mhm.
The
Like,
commissioners
we
could put us up
they would
covered
put-
parking, and they could just go over there.
There you go, I love covered parking.
They can sit in the back of my truck.
Yeah, I need covered parking. The birds poop on my car.
They got mine
It would
too,
be nice.
dadgummit. It was a big old bird
Well,
too.
we could move that smoke deal, and they could put a sign over there too, stating that, you know, that that's where it's,
Designated smoke area.
uh-huh. And, you know, we could let all our employees know that's where they go, because there is that table. Now, when it's raining, they could go to their car,
Well, they could, I mean.
you know? But
Depends on how dedicated the smoker
cute
is.
little gazebo would be nice, I mean, because it would add beauty to the courthouse. But I do agree that that needs, you know, that's not a good spot at all. It's bad enough at the doors, you know, by our offices, you know, but that's just to keep them, you know, because the people coming to court or whatever, they've got to have somewhere to put them out at, and
Our
otherwise
windows.
they're throwing them.
The door on our side of the building is manned, I'll tell you that.
Is it?
Nobody smokes there for more than 5 seconds. It gets shut down quick.
Good deal.
We have somebody that's very against that. They're very against it. I didn't think I had any more. Then you see a heading and it pops something into your brain.
Uh-huh.
Well, and like I said, you'll take them home and you'll
Yeah,
find
we'll
stuff.
find some more, and then we can meet again before I take it to the commissioner meeting, I'll get everything, you know, all the ideas that
Yeah.
if we agree on, and put it in there, and then they can decide if that's what they wanna approve or not, but.
Okay,
but
what
it will
about,
be-
I guess, number 4?
Oh, are we ready to go to the birthday dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the question?
Do we still wanna have one? Does anybody wanna be in charge?
Not
That they
me.
have down in the basement.
We used
Once
to
a
always
month.
go
I
out to
forgot my
eat
birthday that
for
day.
years.
Oh, we
Well,
did? We went out and ate?
Where were
Really?
you?
I wasn't here then.
Well, we used to go
Wow.
out and eat after hours, just employees, no spouse, no kids.
Uh-huh.
It worked out good for a long, long time, and I don't know why they finally changed it and started doing the potluck thing, but I don't know if the change would change anything.
That'd be
No
kinda fun.
responsibility,
Yeah.
just, you know, show up.
If you want to, fine. If you don't want to, fine.
Right, if you know, you can stay however long you want, you can visit, you know, people have more time. I know in our office, everything's so staggered, and by the time 2 of mine get to go to lunch is over for the birthday dinner,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm.
So, you know, we could
Did they
try
do that
it.
when you were, I mean, since you've been here? Or was that?
Do you remember doing that ever? We went to different places around town.
invited.
You probably went because.
No, I didn't, but Mom did.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It was fun. I mean, we had a good time.
Wow.
You know,
I think
we
I
usually went
remember
right at
Monica
5 o'clock.
saying something about that one time, that it was before I ever started here. And I've been here since '01.
Then we
so-
changed it and did breakfast for a while. That didn't go over very well. But the
Yeah.
evening thing, people had more time and
Right.
could sit down and, you know, whose ever birthday it was, their
Maybe
meal
we
was
should try
paid.
that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just kind of, I don't know. We enjoyed it. We had a good
Yeah.
time. We just went all over.
And you
out.
wouldn't be confined to trying to get everybody down there in an hour's time and,
Mhm.
Clean up.
yeah, and,
You're
you
not
know,
trying
but,
to
you know, it's
eat and then go
whatever.
run
Just-
errands to get back to your office
Mhm.
and.
cause people still have to go out and let their dogs out and
Mhm.
that
I
kind of
like
thing.
the idea.
We can
We ought
toss
to
it
try
around and try
See
it.
what everybody wants to do.
See how it goes over, because I think that'd be
Well,
fun.
Birthday dinner.
Oh,
It's gonna be one day in the month.
Right.
You know, fine, if you
Mhm.
can't, you know.
Just
If you don't
find a
get it, we talk
designated
about you, you don't
restaurant
show
or
up.
whatever.
That's right.
No, we'll talk about
And
it.
we could go to so many different places, you know.
One night
We could go to
taco
Lou's,
stand in
we
front
could
of
go
the-
to- We could go to Mexico
Officers are
one
coming.
time.
We can even go to, down to Winoka, you know, just
Right.
wherever.
That's true. I kinda like that idea.
Well, it worked. It was great for a long, long time.
Yeah, I like it. We ought to try that. I'm in favor of it.
We can try it and try to
Try
put
it.
something together and see how it
I
works.
could send out my mass email.
What do you think, David?
Do you like that idea?
Ask Carter about it.
Did Carter do that?
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure he
he
did.
did. Mhm. And like I say, we went to all the restaurants, just kind of moved around.
I like that idea. I think that'd be fun.
Once a month or once a week?
We, well, we can try once a week.
Everybody's gonna have a lot of birthdays.
Okay, well,
Okay, I have a question. We're getting ready to get our new plat books. I need to know if anybody wants a new big map for their office or their wherever.
I do.
$45.
I do.
Put me down for one.
You need a new great big map?
Yes,
Two.
Okay.
Because they were updated, how far back are they? I mean,
We get them updated every year.
okay, so yeah, I need one.
Okay, okay. We'll get Randy one too, so.
Yeah, he'll want one.
I'll
too.
check in the sheriff's office, but I'm sure they'll
Are
probably
you
want one. Okay.
now these are just the plat map, right?
Just, it's gonna be the big map to put on the wall.
It'll have a road.
Yeah, it'll have, and owners, it'll have everything. There's one in our
Oh,
office
it'll
if
have
you
a
want to
list
have
of
one.
the owners and
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, that's fine.
If you can read it. You know,
I got a magnet.
you got great big glasses, you know. So, okay. We're getting ready to order those and new plat books, so,
Well, I'd say order
okay.
one for each of us,
Okay.
probably.
I want a plat book too.
For the,
Uh,
for the shed or for you personally?
shed.
Okay,
so Damien can carry it when we're
right.
doing Okies,
Mhm.
so he can have it with him
That's good.
Okay,
when he does call-ins for
right,
lines and stuff like
Okay.
that.
okay.
Two of them.
You want one too?
Yeah.
Do you have one of these?
I grabbed one.
Okay, very good. Does everybody else? you
I
got
had
another
an
one?
09 version.
Yes.
Will
Okay.
you talk
had
to
an
Rudy
09?
and kinda explain
Yes,
him?
I
and
will.
He can go through his.
And then, we'll figure
you
out
want any
a good
changes?
time to have another meeting next, well, whenever.
Yeah,
So, I'll be on vacation, so don't,
well, we
Not
get
forever,
these
but
ideas back and
I'd
then
like
we
to.
can go through them, go over them.
right.
Things might change.
Will it be on the next commissioner meeting agenda?
No, I'll wait until we get back together
Okay.
and make sure that, you know, if there's anything else, we can
Well,
go
just
over one more time.
Holler at us if you want us there.
Okay. Oh, when I put it on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, if you have any
I'll try to
questions.
remember to send that agenda out to all of you, so you'll know. That's the week it's on, so. Okay, well,
Are we adjourned?
We're adjourned, as far as I know, unless
are you got,
you got something
No,
more to say.
I'll just ask Rudy. It's a question for him, so, okay, since he's not here.
well,
Okay.
thanks, guys.
Yeah, we've been working on that handbook for years. It's getting tweaked pretty good.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
getting
really-
better. It's getting better.
Hey, we might even have it done by next year.